reader. Welcome to the very first episode of Reading Bug Adventures, written, created, and produced by The Reading Bug, our independently owned children's bookstore in Northern California. We're so excited to share this podcast with you and to help children around the globe find awesome new books to fall in love with. Remember to subscribe to our podcast in Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher, or wherever podcasts are heard to get new episodes whenever they're released. You can learn all about us at thereadingbug.com and find great book suggestions and more of our reading adventures. Looking for more books? To have some of our favorites handpicked for you and delivered to your doorstep each month, visit readingbugbox.com. Okay, reader, let's fly! It's time for a Reading Bug adventure.
It's a Reading Bug adventure. There's lots of fun in store. Just inside our book bag, there's new places to explore. Grab your crayons and paper and your imaginations too. The Reading Bug and I can't wait to share our trip with you.
Oh, hello there, reader. I'm so glad to see you here. My name is Lauren, and if we haven't met before, it's wonderful to meet you today. Are you ready to go on an amazing adventure with me and my friend the Reading Bug today? I sure hope so. I know we're going to be great friends as we share magical adventures together and learn about all kinds of interesting things. Each time we meet, we'll be asking the Reading Bug what kind of adventure she's chosen for us, and away we'll fly to whatever time and place is in the books she's carrying in her book bag. That's right, we get to experience the Reading Bug stories in person. That sounds like a whole lot of fun, doesn't it? I'm just so excited to go exploring with you. I'm smiling just thinking about it. Where do you think the Reading Bug will be taking us to explore today? Well, wherever we're going, I hope you remember to bring some paper and crayons with you so you can draw pictures of all the amazing things we'll see. Just like the pages of our favorite books, pictures are an important way to retell the story of our adventures once we've returned. And just like an illustrator, the person who draws the drawings in a picture book, you're the one who gets to decide what to draw. If you didn't remember paper and crayons, don't worry. Just press pause or have a grown-up do it for you and get them now. I'll wait right here for you. At the end of our podcast, we'll be sure to take some time to listen to music and give you a chance to color. But you're welcome to draw any time during our journey. If you ever need a few minutes to color the people or places we're imagining together, just pause our story. Just think about what your friends and parents will say when you show them the incredible sights you've imagined. Okay, ready? Great. I can't wait to get our adventure started. But before we get going, I think it's important that we stretch our bodies out to prepare, don't you? Let's all stand up, unless you're buckled into your car, of course, and wiggle our fingers and toes. Are you wiggling? Great! Now, stretch your arms up high over your head. Perfect.
Stretch up high, touch the sky, crouch down low and wiggle your toes. Swing your arms from side to side, let's get ready to go. Stretch up high, touch the sky, crouch down low and wiggle your toes. Swing your arms from side to side, now we're ready to go.
Okay, wonderful. I feel stretched out, full of energy, and ready to begin our journey. But wait, I nearly forgot. We can't get started yet because we're missing the most important member of our team, the Reading Bug. Oh boy, I told her to meet me right here. I told her not to be late. What a terrible way to start our adventure together. Where do you think she could be?
I'm here. Right down here. I'm so sorry to be running late. I was just finishing up a terrific book before stuffing it into my book bag to share with you.
Oh, hello, Reading Bug. Wonderful to see you today. Were you getting lost in your books again?
Well, yes, there's so much to read and never enough time. Reading a great book is like going on a wonderful adventure. It's just so easy to lose track of time when you're adventuring.
Well, we sure are excited to adventure with you, Reading Bug. I've been telling our reader friend all about the fun we're going to have. We've got our crayons and our paper, and we're all ready to go. Only problem is, we don't know where we're going. can you please tell us what books are in your book bag today?
Oh yes, I can hardly wait to share this adventure with you. As you know, I'm a bug, and this adventure is a very special one for me. I'll tell you the names of some of the books in my book bag, and you can guess where we'll be going together.
Sounds like fun.
Okay, today's adventures are inspired by some great books in my book bag. Some of the books I brought with me are Bee by Britta Teckentrup, The Worm by Elise Gravel, and What If There Were No Bees by Suzanne Slade. Any guesses yet? I also have Sophie Squash by Pat Zeitlow Miller and Ann Wilsdor, and Up in the Garden and Down in the Dirt by Kate Messner. Reader, do you know where we'll be exploring today?
Reader, where might we find bees and worms and squash and dirt? Do you have any guesses? Oh, I have a guess, Reading Bug. Are we going to a garden?
Yes, you got it! We're going to visit the bugs of the garden and learn about what it takes to make a healthy garden grow. Not to brag, but insects like me are very important to a healthy garden, you know. We're necessary to grow the fruits and vegetables we eat every day. Some bugs carry pollen from plant to plant, creating the seeds that cause more plants to grow. Some bugs turn the soil around the plants, which helps them get the food and water they need to grow big and beautiful. And some bugs are very important because they eat other bugs that might chew up or destroy the plants in the garden. There are thousands and thousands of bugs in this garden, and they're all working together to keep the garden healthy and growing. Take a look around. Can you see all the healthy plants in this garden?
Oh, yes. Here's the garden all around us. Do you see it, Reader? About 20 feet away is an apple tree at the center of our garden. Its apples are greenish yellow, and the tree is covered with at least 30 of them. There are vegetable and fruit plants of many different sizes all around us. I see a patch of strawberries to our right, covered with bright, big, juicy berries. Behind us, there are some tomato plants. They're held up by green wires that are pushed into the ground and, oh my, I've never seen such ripe-looking tomatoes. I can see and smell the fresh herbs in the garden, too. Basil, rosemary, mint. Take a deep breath and smell for yourself, Reader.
Just over there, melons are growing on their vine. And near the tomatoes are beans on beanstalk. And an enormous squash plant on our left, with its big leaves shading the ground below it.
Look, Reader, it's a bright sunny day with a few fluffy white clouds floating lazily in the sky. There's a nice cool breeze rustling through the plant leaves and blowing the fresh smell of vegetables and herbs toward us. Also in the air, a small brown bird is circling above the plants, and a few ladybugs are flitting from plant to plant. Oh, but look over there to our left, Reader. The garden doesn't look quite as lovely over there. In fact, something seems to be missing. The plants are much smaller, and they all look a bit sad and wilted. There's certainly not as much color over there either.
I wonder what's wrong.
Just next to that part of the garden is a tall scarecrow in a tattered shirt and overalls hanging lazily from a post. But look at the scarecrow's face, Reader. He looks like he's frowning. He's the saddest scarecrow I've ever seen. I wonder what could be bothering him. What? Was that you, Reading Bug?
No, it wasn't me. I think it's coming from the scarecrow.
Mr. Scarecrow, are you talking? Whatever is the matter? Reader, I'm not sure he can hear me. Why don't we go to the scarecrow and see what's wrong? Be sure to step carefully through the garden so you don't squish any plants or bugs. Walk carefully around those tomatoes and the beans. That's right. Lift up your knees high as you walk. Great work.
Oh, hello? Hello? Perhaps you can help me? Please help me down off this post. I need to go far, far away. I've really done it. I've ruined my beautiful garden. You see, I'm just too scary. I used to be a scarecrow, scaring mean and hungry birds away from this special spot in the garden. But now I'm a scare everything, it seems. And I've scared away all the flowers, too. My poor, beautiful garden won't bloom anymore. Oh, I need to go far, far away so all the beautiful flowers will come back. Oh, please, please help.
Oh, no, Mr. Scarecrow.
Oh.
Please calm down. What do you mean you scared off all the flowers? I'm not sure that's possible. Stop crying. You look like a very nice scarecrow. Tell me what happened.
Okay. Oh, but I wish you could have seen my beautiful flowers when they were in bloom. This was the most magnificent spot in the entire garden, filled with the most beautiful blooms. There were pink, purple, and white tulips, yellow jonquils, red and yellow snapdragons, and big yellow, orange, and red sunflowers, a rainbow of blooms. And oh, the smells! The sweet bouquet of fragrances settled across the entire garden like a delicious mist. And every day I would get to see the beautiful bouquet in front of me and smell its beautiful smells as I stood guard, protecting this magical place from birds of all kinds, keeping them from pecking at the flower buds and seeds, and protecting the bugs working in the soil from their claws and beaks. But this year, my beautiful plants just didn't bloom. The colors and the smells are gone, and I'm sure it must be my fault. Please help me down so I can run away. Maybe then the beautiful flowers will come back and the garden will be complete again.
Oh, please don't cry, Mr. Scarecrow. I'm sure you haven't scared the flowers away. But I do wonder what could have happened here.
Lauren, readers, that's why we're visiting the garden today, to help solve the mystery of the missing flowers. Don't worry, Mr. Scarecrow. My friends and I will get to the bottom of this. I'm confident we can discover what's keeping your flowers from blooming. Okay, readers, time to get moving. We need to figure out why the flowers aren't blooming. I recently read How Does My Garden Grow by Gerda Muller. And I know that healthy gardens need sunlight, water, good soil, and bugs.
Bugs?
Oh, yes. The bugs in the garden keep this place in tip-top shape, so they'll certainly know what's wrong with the flowers. So let's go ask them. Reader, are you ready to help us solve the mystery of the missing flowers?
Wait. Just a minute, Reading Bug. This garden is full of fruits, vegetables, and herbs. I'm worried if we go chasing bugs around, we'll squish the strawberries, mangle the melons, and crush the cucumbers. You may be tiny, but I'm sorry to say that we're much too big to go tromping around talking to bugs in this garden. Besides, I can't even see all the bugs from way up here. How are we supposed to find them and talk to them?
By hopping into my book bag, that's how.
Book bag?
Yes, that's right. Whenever we want to go someplace new, we'll jump into my book bag and away we'll fly to whatever time, place, or size we'll be exploring. Today, reader, my book bag will shrink you to my size. And together, we'll see the garden like little bugs like me see it. Don't worry, Mr. Scarecrow. My friends and I will solve this mystery.
Okay, reader. Look, the Reading Bug is opening her book bag. And as it's opening, it's growing bigger and bigger. Big enough to fit us right inside. If you look closely, you can see the colored lights flashing and see pictures swirling around and around. That must be from all the special books about bugs and gardens the Reading Bug has in there. I think I see a picture of an ant and a wiggly worm. I see flowers and vegetables and birds and soil. Can you see it too?
All right, readers, it's time to flap your bug wings. Let's fly! On the count of 3, jump into the book bag. 1, 2, 3!
Let's jump inside our book bag. What will we find there? Imaginations run away. What's in our book bag? Our trusty book bag. What will we learn about today?
Wow! I feel completely weightless in here, like I'm floating in midair, just above the garden floor. Colors and pictures are floating all around my head, and just beyond them I can see the garden around us. Whoa, I'm getting pretty dizzy. I don't know what's happening, but boy, do I sure feel strange. Like my skin is getting tighter and my toes are getting tingly. Quick, Reader, look around to see if it's working. Oh, wow, do you see that? The plants around us are all growing taller and taller and... Oh no! Reader, the plants aren't getting bigger. We're getting smaller. Look, Reader, we're only as tall as the tomato plants now, and we're still shrinking. The tomatoes on the plant are shooting skyward as we continue to shrink, and now they're towering over our heads. Boy, they don't look so yummy now. They're the size of a car at least, dangling dangerously high above us. And look down there. There are steep cliffs and mountains rising up out of the ground. That's the rocks and soil of the garden floor as we continue to shrink. Oh, good. I think we finally stopped shrinking, Reader. The flashing lights and the words and pictures are slowing down, and I can see the garden much more clearly. Do you see it too? Wow, that was a wild ride! Why don't we catch our breath and look around? Look at this place. It doesn't look like any place I've ever been before. For one thing, it's much darker and cooler. And wetter down here. And look up, Reader. All the giant leaves and plants above our heads are blocking out the sun. It was such a sunny day up above, but now it's gray and shady and cool down here. And look all around you. This sure doesn't look familiar. I'm really glad you're here with me. This might be really scary if I were all alone. Let's walk this way together, Reader. Wow, is that a blade of grass? It looks as big as a building, like the world's biggest, greenest slide. Looking up, I can't even see where the plants stop and the sky begins. That one looks like Jack's beanstalk leading all the way to the clouds.
Well, that is a beanstalk, but there's no giant's kingdom at the top.
Oh my! You scared me. Reading Bug, you're nearly as tall as I am.
That's right, Lauren. You have all shrunk to only 1/4 of an inch tall, just a little bigger than me. That beanstalk you're staring at is about 4 feet tall. Maybe about the size you used to be, Reader. From way down here, though, it looks a whole lot bigger.
It's pretty scary way down here, Reader, so be careful. If one of those beans should fall, it might crush us. It's so much bigger than you are. Or if a bird were to swoop down, it might mistake us for a snack and gobble us up. Yikes! Stay close and watch out. It's incredible seeing the garden the way a bug sees it way down here, isn't it? All the things we saw from up above, fruit trees, vegetable plants, soil, bugs, they're barely recognizable now that we're so small. It's time we started moving deeper into the garden, though. If we're going to figure out what's happening to Mr. Scarecrow's garden, we're going to need to get ourselves inside of it to find some bugs to talk to. But boy, does it look like a long way to walk when you're this small. We'd better get started if we hope to make it there before it gets dark. Follow me, Reader. Oh. Ugh! The ground in here is mushy and slippery. Whoa! 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 Watch your step, Reader! My feet are sinking deeper and deeper into the ground. I can barely move. Can you feel your feet sinking too? What's going on?
In gardens, the leaves, fruits, and petals that fall off the plants decay on the garden floor, dropping their nutrients into the soil for the growing plants to eat.
You mean we're sinking into rotting leaves? Oh, gross! Reader, I can barely move. What about you? Try wiggling your arms and legs to help you move through the leaves and mud down here. Good. Shake off the mud and take another step. Now another. Keep shaking. Oh boy, this is so much work and we're hardly getting anywhere. Oh. Reader, I just fell into something cool and slimy. Can you see what it is or where it came from? It's all over my legs and hands. Oh, what is this?
That's slug slime. It's a slippery substance that allows slugs to move easily across the garden floor. Slugs play an important role in helping compost all the rotting leaves and fungi and other stuff down here and sending it back into the soil.
Slug slime? Reading Bug, how are we supposed to move around down here to solve the mystery of the missing flowers? We can barely move through this rotting topsoil, and we're not getting anywhere. Ugh, it's no use. We'll never make it any deeper into the garden at this rate. We'll never help Mr. Scarecrow learn what's happened to his garden. Hey, what's that?
Ants go marching one by one. Ants go marching one by one. They march until the setting sun. They carry food back to our queen. Ants all do things as a team. Sound off. 1, 2.
Oh my, Reader. Just look at all of those ants. The line of marching ants goes on for miles and miles and miles, and they really do march one by one. One ant right in front of the next. We'd better get out of their way and out of sight. Follow me. We'll hide behind this rock over here. Great. Now, we can still see them, but they can't see us. Oh, look at their triangle-shaped heads and their big, bulbous bodies. And those feelers sticking out of their heads. From down here, those ants look like creatures from a story about aliens in space. Let's all stay very quiet and let them pass.
Ants are insects, which you can clearly tell from looking at them way down here. Like those ants, all insects have 2 antennae sticking out of their heads. Ants use their antennae kind of like we use our noses to smell things. If an ant meets another ant, it will touch it with its antenna to figure out if it's a friend or if it's from another colony. If the ants are friends, they'll let each other pass. But if they're from different colonies, they may try to fight. All insects also have 6 legs. Count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All sticking out from their body. 6 legs help them easily march over this gooey, muddy topsoil. If you look closely, you can also see that these ants have big brown eyes, one on each side of their head. And sticking out near their mouths are 2 things that look and move a bit like claws. Those are called mandibles. The mandibles are an ant's most important tool because ants can't grab onto anything with their legs. They use their mandibles kind of like you use your hands to hold and carry things, and also for biting, cutting, digging, and more. Company, hold!
Oh no! Reader, we've been spotted! The ants have all stopped and are looking directly at us. Will they think we're friends and let us pass? Or will they think we're from another colony and want to fight? And if we can't get past the ants, how will we ever solve the mystery of the missing flowers? How do you think we'll get out of this jam, Reader?
Hey, you there. Yeah, you. Little 4-legged, floppy-bellied bitty buggies. What happened to your other legs? Did someone pull them off? Yeah. How strange you look. How can you expect to be big and strong like us with only 4 little leggies? You need 6 legs to be properly pumped like us. Poor ladybugs, are you lost? Are you stuck in the mud? What kind of insects are you anyway? Look at those tiny little antennae on the side of your tiny heads.
We're not insects. We're people. And we may be small, but we're still bigger than you. Also, these aren't antennae. They're our ears. People don't have antennae.
People? No, you are much too small to be people.
We shrunk down to bug size to explore your garden. I'm Lauren, and this is the Reading Bug and our reader friend. We're here to explore the bugs and plants of the garden and to solve the mystery of the missing flowers. But the garden is just too big. We'll hardly see anything if we have to walk the whole way.
Well, why didn't you say so? I'm Helga. And I am Fleur. And this is the rest of our colony behind us. We too are wondering what has happened to the beautiful flowers. They're delicious, and we miss them. We can get you into the garden. Just let us pick you up. Yeah, we are garden ants.
And all the lifting and carrying of crumbs and dirt and food and furnishings makes us very pumped up. I can lift more than 30 times my own weight, so surely I can carry a couple of tiny people bugs like you. No problem. Hop on.
What do you say, Reader? Should we ride the ant parade through the garden? I don't see any other way to get across this squishy, gooey ground and see all the things we were hoping to see. Do you think we should do it? Okay, then let's hop on.
Yeah, right there. See, I hardly feel you at all because I am just so strong. Okay, let's go. Company march. Readers, did you know that all of these ants are girl ants? That's right. In an ant colony, girls gather the food, expand the nest, protect the colony and their queen, and raise the baby ants.
Yeah, we don't have time to lift the weights. We're too busy doing all the work.
Helga, we're here to figure out why all these flowers are not blooming like they should. Mr. Scarecrow is very worried that he's frightened all the flowers away, but I'm sure something else is happening. Have you noticed anything that would help us understand why there are no flowers this year?
It really is very sad. The flowers are so beautiful and delicious.
Yeah, from down here, it looks like the sky is full of beautiful rainbow colors. But this year, no flowers.
I never seen anything like it. We continue to do our work. And ants' work is very important to the flowers, you see.
We are also wonderful diggers. You should see our tunnels. We dig tunnels deep in the dirt below the plants. That turns over the soil and allows the air and water to reach the plant's roots, keeping plants from getting too thirsty. Believe me now and hear me later. We have been digging and digging below these plants to try and make flowers bloom, which is why I look so pumped up, thank you. But still no flowers. I don't understand it.
So, let me make sure I understand. Helga and Fleur, the ants aren't doing anything different this year, but the flowers still aren't blooming?
That's right. The ants are not the cause of this mystery disappearance. In fact, I see no problems down here in the soil.
The worms are making fabulous tunnels that let air and water reach the roots of the flower plants. There are just the right number of slugs here to help decompose the topsoil and provide food for the birds that live in the garden and help carry seeds from spot to spot. And there hasn't been too much or too little rain and water this year. The watering has been just right. Believe me. What else could it be, do you think?
I'm sure I just don't know. Reader, I don't know about you, but all this exploring is making me tired. While Helga and Fleur carry us to another part of the garden, I'll play a brief bit of music so you can color if you want. You could draw illustrations of the beanstalk stretching up into the sky, or draw us shrinking down to the size of a bug. You could even draw pictures of our ant friends carrying us on their backs. If you don't want to color, you can enjoy the music and think about or talk about what it would be like to be as small as a bug. What would you do if you were teeny tiny? Would it be exciting? Would it be scary? I'll play about 1 minute of music, and if you need more time when the music stops, just pause our podcast and press play again when you're ready. Enjoy this brief break while Helga and Fleur carry us across the garden. Ready to continue? If not, go ahead and press pause now and play again when you're ready to hop down and continue our adventure. I'll wait right here.
Hello! Stop sorry to interrupt your coloring, but we are at the end of this trip. It is time for us to go underground and bring this food to our queen.
Great! Thank you so much for the ride, Helga and Fleur. Reader, let's hop down and see where we are. Look at this place, Reader. We must be deep inside the flower garden by now. But it's much lighter here than it was before. The sun has dried up the ground, so, see, it's much easier to move around. Oh, and look up. The sun is shining down on us because the plants here are so much smaller and weaker, and the sun easily reaches us between the small leaves. Mr. Scarecrow was right. There's not a flower to be seen in this part of the garden. I sure do wonder what has caused all the flowers to disappear. But how are we going to find out?
Well, we've spoken with some of the bugs on the ground, and Helga and Flora said that things down below seem to be the same as always. That's a clue in our mystery, I think. It means that the mystery of the missing flowers was not caused by any problems here on the ground. But we need to learn more.
I'm not even sure where we are anymore. When we're this little, everything looks the same. How can we see where we are so we can figure out where to go next?
I have an idea. In Tree by Britta Teckentrump, when Owl sits high up in his tree, he can see out across the entire forest. When he's up there, the book says, no one sees as much as he. So to see out across the garden, we'll just need to climb.
But Reading Bug, the tallest tree is miles tall for us, now that we're so small. We'll never be able to climb up to a high perch like an owl.
Yes, trees are mighty tall from down here, but plants aren't. We can climb to the top of this plant here, where the flowers should be, to have a look around. It'll be just like climbing a tree.
Great idea, Reading Bug. Readers, what do you think? Are you ready to do some climbing? This plant here looks nice and sturdy. You climb up first, and I'll follow right behind you. Let's get climbing. Stretch one arm up to the sky and grab onto the plant above your head. Now, reach your other arm up above and pull yourself up. Great work. Keep climbing. I'm right behind you. Wow, I'm starting to see the tops of some of the plants around us, and it's getting even brighter and lighter as we climb above the shade of the leaves. I think your idea is working, Reading Bug. But oh, hold on tight. It's getting a little breezy up here. The plant is swaying in the breeze. We sure don't want to fall from way up here. Hold on. Reader, stop moving. What's that noise?
Oh no!
Oh no?
It's a bee!
Don't move, Reader. Maybe the bee will pass without seeing us.
Beatrice, Buster, Bobby, where are you? Oh, please, won't somebody answer me?
Oh. Reader, I think that bee might be lost. It sounds like she's searching for someone. Maybe we should see if we can help her. What do you think? Yeah, let's help. From down here, she doesn't look scary at all. Just sad and scared. Oh, look. She's landing on that plant over there. Once she lands, I think we can hop down and talk to her. Okay, Reader. Time to hop to the plant next to us. Careful. It's a bit of a leap and we don't want to fall. Ready? Jump! Great job. One more jump and we'll be able to reach the bee, just like last time. And jump! Great, we're here. Oh, hello there, Miss Bee. I'm Lauren, and these are my friends. We couldn't help but notice that you seemed a little lost. Is there anything we can do to help?
Oh, hello there, and thank you for asking. But I'm afraid I've been left all alone. My name is Elizabeth, and I can't find my friends and family anywhere.
Oh, no. That's terrible. What happened?
Well, you may have noticed the rest of the beautiful garden. I've been working with my colony for months and months to help pollinate the fruits, vegetables, and flowers. Did you know that flowers are a honeybee's best friend? Many flowers are filled with delicious, sweet nectar that we sip to keep up our energy. After all, it's hard work buzzing around all day. We also use the nectar to make honey. Anyway, everything was going great. My friends and I were having so much fun flying from plant to plant and gathering nectar. We do it, you know, by sticking out our tongues like this and slurping up the nectar. It always made me laugh the way that Beatrice did it. Anyway, we'd slurp up the nectar and bring it back to store in honeycombs in our beautiful hive, just like we always do. But one morning, I left the colony early to sip on the nectar of the sweet flowers in this part of the garden. But no other bees came to join me. I went back to the hive, and every bee in the colony was gone. Our queen, the drones, and every one of my worker bee friends. I don't know where they've gone, but I've been looking for them ever since. Oh, it makes me so sad and lonely just thinking about it.
Oh, Elizabeth, I'm sorry you can't find your friends. My friends and I are here to solve the mystery of the missing flowers, so maybe we'll be able to help. I think you've just given us an important clue. Reader, now we know that the flowers are missing from our garden and that the honeybees have disappeared too. Do you think there could be a link between the missing flowers and the vanishing honeybees?
Wait, I think I read something about this in one of my books. Let me check. Yes, I found it. It's in What If There Were No Bees? Here it says that more and more honeybee colonies are vanishing. Worried beekeepers still aren't sure why so many of them are disappearing. But some people believe that bee diseases, pesticides, poor eating, and stress are harming bees' health.
Oh no, my colony really has disappeared then. Now I am really stressed.
Reader? Reading bug? I think you've done it. I think you've solved the mystery of the missing flowers. They are missing because the honeybees that help them grow each season are missing too. Without honeybees darting from flower to flower, carrying bits of pollen with them on their little legs, plants don't create new seeds and slowly stop producing flowers and fruits.
But our work here isn't done yet, reader. The book also says that bees are a keystone species. That means they're so important to the health of our garden that without them, many other species could start disappearing. If we don't find a way to bring back Elizabeth's bee friends, the rest of our garden will start disappearing too. The apple tree and strawberry plants will produce less fruit, and we'd see fewer and fewer carrots, onions, and other vegetables. This beautiful, lush garden may slowly disappear like the flowers did.
Elizabeth, did you hear that? You can't give up looking for your friends. We need to bring a new bee colony to the garden, and we need to do it fast. What are some of the things we can do to help you bring back the bees?
Oh, there's plenty you can do. Thanks for asking. It would be wonderful if you planted some more wildflowers. My friends and I simply love wildflowers. The nectar from wildflowers is particularly sweet and makes delicious honey. And the wildflowers love us bees, too, because we spread their pollen and help them grow like, well, wildflowers. It's a beautiful love affair. You can also build bee houses for us. Building hives is hard work, and we love it when there's an already made house waiting for us to move into. But most important is to tend to your garden. Make sure you're feeding plants water and fertilizer, that you're planting in the springtime and pruning in the fall, and that you introduce all the right kinds of bugs to your garden.
Oh, yes. Properly maintaining a garden will help it grow and grow and grow. Just like in one of my favorite books, Curious Garden.
Thank you, Elizabeth. What great suggestions. We'll be sure to tend to our own gardens. But right now, we need to get back to Mr. Scarecrow and tell him what we've discovered. Thank you for your help. And in return, we're going to help bring back some bee friends and save this garden. Quick, reader, it's time for us to jump back into our magic book bag and get back to our normal sizes. Thank you for taking us on such an important adventure, Reading Bug. And thank you, reader, for helping solve the mystery of the missing flowers. Are you ready to grow big again? All right. Everyone hop 3 times with me, then into the Reading Bug's book bag. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and we're in. We've had a big adventure within our book bag, and I think we saved the day. We'll see you next time. Goodbye, book bag. Now it's time to fly away. It's working. I can feel myself stretching. It tickles. And look around. Elizabeth is shrinking, smaller and smaller and smaller, and so are all the plants around us. It was incredible to see the garden from a bug's eye perspective, wasn't it?
I'm glad you were able to experience the garden the way I see it, reader. But even though I'm used to being small, there are a few parts of our adventure that I'll never forget. Like being carried through the garden by Helga and Flor, and learning about all the ways bees help our garden to grow and thrive from Elizabeth's.
When we get back, I hope you'll show your illustrations to all of your family and friends. Tell them about our trip together. They'll never believe that we were able to shrink down to bug size or talk to garden insects. And if you ever want to shrink down to the garden floor again, you can always replay this episode and color more beautiful illustrations. Hey, look! We're big again! And there's Mr. Scarecrow. Quick! Mr. Scarecrow! Mr. Scarecrow! Hello! We're back, and we've solved the mystery of the missing flowers.
You have? Is it my fault they're all gone? Oh, if it is, I think I'm gonna start crying again.
No. It's because of the disappearing bees. There were no bees to pollinate the plants this year, so the flowers stopped growing.
Bees? Yeah, come to think of it, I've heard a lot less buzzing around here. Wow, you really did solve the mystery. But what can I do to make my garden blossom again?
We're all going to get back home and plant wildflowers in our own garden and make sure we help them grow. Because bees love wildflowers. Maybe if you plant some new seeds here, it will bring the bees and your flowers back.
Okay, I'll do that. Thank you so much. And thank you, Reading Bug and Reader. I'm excited to get to work.
Us too. Reader, it looks like our adventure has come to an end.
Yes, but if you want to read more garden stories or learn more about garden plants and bugs, you can read any of the books in my book bag. There's a complete list for you at www.thereadingbug.com/adventures.
Thank you all for your help today, Reader. The Reading Bug and I will see you on our next adventure.
Goodbye, reader. See you soon.
Goodbye.
It's a Reading Bug adventure. There's lots of fun in store. Just inside our book bag, there's new places to explore. Grab your crayons and paper and your imaginations too. The Reading Bug and I can't wait to share our trip with you.
Thank you for listening to Reading Bug Adventures from the Reading Bug, our family-owned children's bookstore in Northern California. We'll play some music for you to color to in just a minute, but before we do, we've got a few people to thank. I'm Lauren Savage, and today's adventure was an original story written by Brandon and Diane Savage. The episode was performed by more members of the Savage family, Chloe, Riley, Diane, and Brandon Savage, and Shannon Shern. Original music was performed and written by me and my brother, Ross Gruet, and by Alexa Thanos, one of our amazing Reading Bug store employees. Did you know that the Reading Bug offers a subscription box service, shipping nationwide at readingbugbox.com? Our expert store staff will pick books for any child ages 0 to 13. It's a wonderful way to promote a lifelong love of reading, to excite an already avid reader, or to inspire a finicky one. Stay tuned for more adventures from the Reading Bug by subscribing to our podcast in Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher, or wherever podcasts are heard. And in the meantime, to learn more about us, discover new reads, and to check out more of the Reading Bug adventures, go to thereadingbug.com/adventures, or follow us on Facebook or Twitter at The Reading Bug, or on Instagram at Reading Bug Box. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next time when we adventure together again.